Sam's Club just dropped hundreds of new items this month. Hundreds. But here's the thing. Most people walking through those doors right now have no idea which ones are genuinely worth grabbing and which ones are quietly draining their wallet. I have the full list. I've been on the floor. I've checked competitor prices, verified serial numbers, read the ingredient labels, and I've decoded the price tags in ways that most people never even know to look at. And today I'm giving you all of it, 15 new Sam's Club items worth your money, and 3 that are what I'm calling total traps. Products that look like deals but aren't. Now before we dive in, I want to tell you something that makes all of this even more urgent. Sam's Club is raising its membership price. According to Sam's Club announcements circulating in early 2025, the membership fee is expected to increase from $50 to $60. That means the deals we find inside those walls have to work harder than ever to justify the membership. And I'm going to show you, by the end of this video, exactly how to calculate whether Sam's Club is still worth it for you personally. Stay with me. This is going to go fast. Because some of these items, and I'm not exaggerating, are already restocking for the second time. Some of them have a code on their price tag that tells you they will never ever come back once they sell out. And if you don't know how to read that code, you're going to miss them. If you want this list every single month, and there is a new one every month, hit subscribe right now. I do this so you don't have to walk the whole warehouse yourself. Alright, let's get into it. Item 1. Lodge Cast Iron Multi-Use Griddle, $29.98. We're starting with something that has been in American kitchens for over 125 years, and it just landed at Sam's Club at a price that actually made me stop and look twice. This is the Lodge Cast Iron Multi-Use Griddle. Lodge has been making cast iron cookware in the United States since 1896. That's not marketing copy. That's a documented, verifiable fact about one of the oldest cookware manufacturers in the country. Here's what I love about cast iron in general, and Lodge specifically. It is non-toxic. There are no synthetic coatings, no PFS, no PTFE, no Teflon-style chemicals that degrade over time and potentially leach into your food. If you've been asking about non-toxic cookware, and I hear this question constantly, cast iron is one of the cleanest answers you can get. Now here's what most people get wrong about cast iron. They assume it's high maintenance. It's not once it's properly seasoned. And the more you use it, the better it gets. You're building a natural non-stick surface over time. This thing outlasts everything in your kitchen. The price at Sam's Club right now is just $29.98. I checked Target. The same Lodge griddle is going for $40. That's a 25% savings right here, right now, at Sam's Club. My personal recommendation, this is a buy without hesitation item. It's not limited time, it's not a one-time buy. Lodge is a brand that earns its shelf space. Bridge to next item. That one's a no-brainer. Now here's one that was restocking before most people even knew it existed. Item 2. Big Mouth Giraffe Sprinkler, $32.98. Sam's Club just brought in this giraffe sprinkler from Big Mouth, and it is already going crazy. We're talking over 7.5 feet tall. It's a giraffe that sprays water from its mouth, from its tail, and it does a full 360-degree spinning soak. They had to restock it within the first week of it being on the floor. 1 week. That almost never happens this early in the season. They also have a cow version, 6 feet tall, 3 spray heads on top, and yes, water comes from the udders, which the kids apparently love. Both of these are $32.98, and both are moving fast. Here's what I want you to know about seasonal items like this. There's a code on the bottom left corner of every Sam's Club price tag that tells you whether this item is coming back. I'm going to break down the full system in a moment because it applies to almost everything on today's list. But for now, the sprinkler is moving. Don't wait on it. Bridge. Coming up, I'll show you the full price tag code system. It's probably the most useful single piece of information I can give you today. But first, let's walk through some of the new food items that just hit the floor. Item 3. Members Mark Beef Birria Tacos with Consommé, $12.87. If you've been anywhere near a food truck or a Mexican restaurant in the last 3 years, you know birria. It went from regional Mexican street food to one of the most searched food trends in America almost overnight. And now Sam's Club has it in their frozen aisle under the Members Mark brand for just $12.87 for a pack of 8 tacos. Slow-cooked beef, Monterey Jack cheese, fajita vegetables, flour tortilla, and seasoned beef broth for the consommé dip. This is the real build. This is done right. But here's the bigger story behind this item. Members Mark, that's the Sam's Club house brand, is in the middle of a serious brand repositioning. Sam's Club has publicly announced plans to eliminate 40 artificial flavors across approximately 1,000 food products in the Members Mark line. They're actively trying to shed the generic brand stigma and position Members Mark closer to where Trader Joe's and Costco's Kirkland brand already sit. This birria taco is part of that move. They're not just throwing frozen food on a shelf. They're trying to make something you'd actually be proud to serve. Pro tip: the consommé is not optional. Do not skip the broth. Dip every taco. That's where the whole flavor profile lives. Price tag says April 2026 limited time. Grab it now. Bridge, and they didn't stop at birria. Sam's Club's biggest food play this month is something I need to explain properly, because it's a pattern. Item 4. Members Mark Egg White Bites. $11.76 for 10. Let me ask you something. How many times does a company have to go after a competitor before it becomes a strategy? Because Sam's Club has now launched Egg White Bites, Mediterranean small plates, cake pops, and iced coffee, all in the same month, and every single one of them is a direct shot at Starbucks. This is not a coincidence. Starbucks has been reporting declining traffic and transaction counts through 2024 and into 2025, according to multiple earnings reports. Sam's Club sees a weakened competitor, and they are moving deliberately into the affordable daily treat space that Starbucks has owned for 20 years. The Egg White Bites are 10 to a pack for $11.76. At Starbucks, you get 2 for over $5. If you did the math to buy 10 from Starbucks, you'd spend more than $25. Here it's $11.76. That's a 53% savings. And people who've tried both are saying these are genuinely comparable, not a cheap knockoff. This is a limited time offer, arrived in April 2026, and once it's gone, it's gone. The price tag code on this one is an S, which brings me to something I promised you at the start. Right. Stop. I need to show you this because it changes how you shop at Sam's Club permanently. In the bottom left corner of every single Sam's Club price tag, there is a letter. Most people never look at it. But once you know what it means, you will never shop at Sam's Club the same way again. The letter O means one-time buy. Sam's Club purchased a specific amount of this inventory, and when it's gone, it is gone forever. They are not reordering it. If you see an O on the tag, you treat it with urgency. Buy it now or lose it. The letter A means always in. Sam's Club has decided this item has a permanent home in the store. It will be restocked. You have time. You can comparison shop. Think about it. Come back next week. The letter S means seasonal. It'll come back, but only at the same time next year, and sometimes not at all if sales numbers don't justify it. And here's what almost no one talks about. If there is no letter at all, the item is in testing. Sam's Club is watching to see if it sells. Those are the items where your purchase literally decides whether it sticks around or disappears. According to observations across multiple Sam's Club shopper communities, the majority of new monthly arrivals carry an O designation. This is an editorial estimate based on reference observations, not an official Sam's Club statistic, which means the urgency is real. Now let's keep going, because now you know exactly how to read every price tag on the rest of this list. Item 5. Salsa Verde Chicken Bowl, $13.36. Chicken breast with rib meat, cilantro lime rice, black beans, corn, zucchini, and salsa verde. That is a complete nutritionally balanced meal for $13.36. And when you break it down per ounce, you're at 55 cents per ounce, which is excellent for a complete protein-forward meal in the refrigerated prepared section. Price tag code S. This is seasonal, tied to the spring-summer window. It is also going fast because it looks good, it tastes good, and people are posting about it online. If you're eating clean or trying to hit protein targets without cooking every single night, this bowl makes a lot of sense. Bridge. And then there's this one, which came in and started selling out within days of arrival. Item 6. Bacon Carbonara Ravioli. April 2026 Limited. Bacon Carbonara Ravioli. This just dropped, and by the time I was back the next day, an entire row of these had already sold through and been replaced. That kind of turnover in 24 hours is unusual, even for a trending item. Carbonara-style pastas have been trending hard in food search data through 2025. It's one of those flavors that's moved from restaurant-only. Frozen pasta growth as a category is well documented in retail industry reports. Sam's Club clearly did their homework here. This is limited time, April 2026, and by the pattern we've seen, it will go completely. Don't sleep on it. Bridge. Alright, now Sam's Club goes after Starbucks twice more, and one of these comparisons is almost offensive in how good the savings are. Item 7. Mediterranean Small Plate Plush Chicken Shawarma Kit. Two items here that belong together because they tell the same story. First, the Mediterranean Small Plate. At Starbucks, you're paying around $10 for one of their protein boxes. Sam's Club's version is $10.44 and it's bigger. That's the whole price, not a comparison. The full plate for essentially what Starbucks charges for their snack box. Then the chicken shawarma kit. This is the one I'm really excited about. You get everything in the kit to make 6 complete pitas, and the total price is $15.82. Break that down. You're at $2.64 per shawarma pita. At a restaurant, you're paying $6 to $10 per shawarma. And the price per ounce on this is 42 cents, among the lowest in the entire prepared food section. Here's what I want you to understand about why these items exist right now. Sam's Club is not just adding prepared foods casually. Refrigerated prepared food is their fastest growing new category in this era of Members Mark repositioning. They are intentionally moving into the I need lunch and I don't want fast food occasion. And they are doing it at prices that make fast food look expensive by comparison. And we haven't gotten to the biggest trap on this list yet. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Stay with me. Item 8 and Trap 1. The Cooler Showdown. Who wins and who burns you? 4 new coolers hit Sam's Club this month. And this is where I need to walk you through something carefully, because one of these is a trap dressed up as a deal. Let's start with the good ones. First, the Igloo 30 quart. Igloo has been making coolers in America for over 75 years. This is a trusted brand, it's well reviewed, and it's $27.98 at Sam's Club. At Target, the same cooler is $40. That's a clean 30% savings. Price tag code. Oh, so it's a one-time buy, get it while it's here. Next, the Arctic Zone Pro. This one holds 50 cans. The reviews on this are outstanding. It's $59.98. And people are already grabbing these. I watched someone pull the last one out of the display box while I was standing there. And then there's the Members Mark cooler. This is trap number 1. And here's why it's a trap, explained with math so you can see it clearly. The Members Mark cooler holds 24 cans. It costs $70. The Arctic Zone Pro holds 50 cans and costs $59.98. Let's talk cost per can of storage capacity. Members Mark, $70 divided by 24 cans, $2.92 per can of capacity. Arctic Zone, $59.98 divided by 50 cans, $1.2 per can of capacity. You are paying 143% more per unit of storage for the Members Mark cooler. It is literally the more expensive product that does less. And the reviews confirm it. Multiple buyers report that the Members Mark cooler does not hold cold for the stated 2 days. Reviewers are saying 1 day is more realistic. That's the main selling claim on the box, and it's not being delivered. Here's the psychology of why this happens. When a store places a house brand item next to a more recognized brand, shoppers sometimes assume the house brand is the budget option. But sometimes, and this is important, the house brand is priced higher than the better product sitting right next to it. Always run the math. The Arctic Zone is $10 cheaper and gives you more than double the capacity. That is the better buy by every single metric. Don't get the Members Mark cooler. Item 9. Nike Court Vision Low. $65, retail $85. Real Nikes. Not made for Sam's Club versions. Real, full retail Nike is verified by serial number at $65 when the same shoe is going for $85 on Nike's own website. That's a 24% discount on an authenticated product, and you need to move on this because the price tag code is O. One-time buy. Once these are gone, they're gone. Now I want to give you a system you can use not just here but anywhere, for any brand name shoe you find at a warehouse or discount retailer. Here's how it works. Every shoe has a style code and a serial number printed on a white label on the inner tongue. At Nike, it typically follows a format like CW2671101, a letter-number combination. You take that code and type it directly into Nike.com's search bar or into StockX. If the product comes up and the name, colorway, and construction description match the shoe in your hands, you have an authentic product. This matters because some discount retailers do carry made-for versions, shoes manufactured to a slightly different specification than the retail version, sometimes with different materials in the midsole or upper, same branding, slightly lower quality. The serial number catches this because a made-for version will either not appear in retail search results or will show a slightly different product description. In this case, same code, same shoe, verified authentic. You're getting $85 of shoe for $65. That's a straight win. Pro tip, go on a weekday morning. This is limited stock and the size runs deplete fast on weekends. Item 10. Hoka running shoes. $119 versus $175 at Dick's Sporting Goods. Hoka. One of the fastest growing running shoe brands in the world right now. The pair at Sam's Club is $119. I found the same model, verified by the same serial number method I just walked you through, at Dick's Sporting Goods for $175. That is a $56 savings. 32% off. Price tag code, O. One-time buy. And when I was there, only a few pairs were left. This is one where you genuinely have to decide today. Hoka's popular colorways have a track record of selling out even at full retail. Finding them 32% below retail on an O-code item is not something that lasts a day. Same verification method applies. Check the serial number. In this case, it held up authentic Hoka, same construction as the retail version. Bridge. Now let's go back into the food aisles, because Sam's Club just launched an exclusive tuna product that I actually think is the most interesting health play in today's entire list. Item 11. Safe Catch Tuna Burger. $12.96 for 6 patties. Safe Catch just launched an exclusive deal with Sam's Club, and this is the one I want health-conscious viewers to pay attention to most. 6 tuna burgers for $12.96. Each patty delivers 33 grams of protein. 0 sugar. 0 seed oils. But the real differentiator is what Safe Catch does with mercury testing. Every single tuna used in a Safe Catch product is individually mercury tested before processing. This is not standard in the tuna industry. Most commercial tuna brands source from large catches and test statistically, meaning a sample of the catch, not every fish. Safe Catch tests every fish, individually. And their mercury levels are documented to be among the lowest in the consumer tuna market. $12.96 divided by 6 patties, $2.16 per patty for 33 grams of protein. If you've been buying protein sources and trying to optimize cost per gram, that number is very competitive. And the price tag code on this is A. Sam's Club believes in this product long term. This is not a limited time item. This is here for the foreseeable future. Pro tip for the meal preppers in the room. Pair one of these tuna patties with the salsa verde chicken bowl from earlier in the list, and you're looking at a combined meal. That's a meal prep win. Item 12. Magnum Dubai Chocolate Ice Cream Bars. $11.86. Dubai chocolate is one of the most viral food trends of 2024 and 2025. But here's the story behind it that most people don't know. The original Dubai chocolate bar that started the entire trend came from a specific chocolatier in Dubai called Fix Chocolatier, a small batch brand that made pistachio cream and toasted Nafa-filled chocolate bars that went viral through a single food influencer video. The bar sold out globally within hours whenever it was available. It was genuinely limited, genuinely handmade, and the hype was real. Magnum's version is inspired by that trend, a chocolate bar with a pistachio-style filling and a thick outer coating, designed to capture the aesthetic and flavor profile of what went viral. It is not the same product, but it's a legitimate interpretation of the trend at a price point that makes sense. $11.86 for a multi-pack at Sam's Club. Price tag code S seasonal. So this is here for the summer window. If you're curious about the Dubai chocolate trend, but haven't tried it at $20 a bar, this is a reasonable and affordable entry point. Bridge. Now Sam's Club's most direct shot at Starbucks yet. And this time, the math is almost embarrassing. Item 13. Cake Pops. $18.98 for 14 versus Starbucks. 14 Cake Pops. $18.98. That comes out to $1.35 per cake pop. At Starbucks, a single cake pop is approximately $3.45 at time of filming. Plausible but unverified. Prices vary by location. If you bought 14 from Starbucks, you'd spend around $48.3. Here at Sam's Club, you spend $18.98. That is a $29.32 savings on one purchase of the same product category. Here's something worth knowing about the supply chain on these. Starbucks cake pops are made by third-party commercial bakeries and shipped to stores. They are not made in-house. The Sam's Club cake pops come from a comparable commercial bakery supply chain. The green logo and the music and the comfortable chair, that is the Starbucks markup. The actual product is coming from a similar production environment. And I should tell you, people who've tried both, including someone who stopped me in the aisle, are saying the Sam's Club version is actually better. Thicker chocolate coating. Now that's subjective. But at 61% cheaper per pop, even if you like them equally, the math tells you where to buy them. Before I show you the last two items on this list, I want to deliver on a promise I made earlier, the final insider trick I said most Sam's Club members have never heard of. That's coming right after item 14. Item 14 and Trap 2. Gap Fit Skorts versus Members Mark Skorts. $15.98 versus $13.98. Tennis core is the dominant fashion trend right now. Pleated skorts, clean lines, athletic casual. And Sam's Club just dropped two options for this trend. One is a deal. One is trap number 2. The Gap Fit pleated skort is $15.98 at Sam's Club. At Gap retail stores right now, the same skort, the same product, goes for $69. That is a 77% discount. The fabric is real Gap quality. There's less elastic in the waistband than the in-store version, but the material itself is genuinely good. My producer touched both versions and confirmed the Gap Fit is real. Now the Members Mark version. $13.98. $2 cheaper. Here's the problem. The fabric is noticeably different. It's scratchy. The stretch quality is inferior. The waistband sits differently. And the overall feel is what I describe as budget athletic, rather than fashion athletic. Here is the authentic apparel check you can do in the aisle in 30 seconds. First, look at the label. If it says Gap with the Gap's actual wordmark typography, it's the real product. Members Mark apparel uses a completely different label font and format. Second, run the fabric between your fingers. Quality athletic fabric has a smooth, silky microfiber feel. If it catches on your fingerprint at all, the polyester blend is lower quality. Third, check the waistband stitching. Higher quality garments have double stitching on the inside waistband. Single stitch is a cost-cutting indicator. Spend the extra $2. Get the Gap. It's a significantly better product, and it's still 77% below retail. Also, the Gap linen shorts are here too. $14.96 at Sam's Club. $39 at Gap. Same product, verified. Another great buy. Trap 3. Canada Dry Summer Variety Pack. $17.28. Alright, trap number 3. And this one bothers me the most because it uses a labeling trick that is completely legal but is designed to mislead you. The Canada Dry Summer Variety Pack is $17.28 for 24 units. The packaging says, in large clear letters, made from real juice, cherry fruit splash, strawberry fruit splash. Sounds refreshing, right? Now flip the package over and read the actual language. It says just a splash of real juice, a splash. Under FDA beverage labeling guidelines, the word splash in a juice claim is a signal that the actual juice content can be extremely low, potentially just 1 to 5% of the total volume. The rest of the flavor is synthetic. The word real in the large print label technically refers to the fact that there is some real juice present. The amount is another matter. Compare this to what's sitting right next to it on the shelf. Gatorade just released a new lower sugar version. No artificial sweeteners. No artificial flavors. It says that right on the label. 75% less sugar than regular Gatorade. And the price? $13.68 for 24 units. That's 57 cents per unit. The Canada Dry Pack is $17.28 for 24. That's 72 cents per unit. So the Canada Dry Pack is more expensive and less transparent about what's actually in it. The Gatorade lower sugar version wins this comparison on price, ingredient transparency, and health value simultaneously. The lesson here is simple. When a beverage label uses the word splash near the word juice, treat it as a yellow flag. Read the back. Do the price per unit math. In this case, there's a better option sitting right next to it. Item 15. FIFA World Cup official merch. $12.98, $14.98. The FIFA World Cup is coming to the United States in June. And if you plan to go to a game or know someone who does, here is a very important piece of information. Merchandise at the venue will cost you $40 to $50 for a single t-shirt. Sam's Club has official licensed FIFA World Cup t-shirts right now for $12.98. And I want to be very clear about what official licensed means here, because this is where a lot of shoppers get burned when they buy sports merchandise from discount channels. There are two tiers of sports merchandise. Official licensed merchandise goes through FIFA's official licensing body, is produced to specific standards, and carries a hologram authentication sticker on the garment tag. That hologram is not easy to replicate. Unofficial merchandise, the knockoff shirt sold outside venues or on street corners, has no hologram. The Sam's Club shirts have the hologram. I checked. This is the real product. And you're paying $12.98 for something that will cost you 4 times as much inside a World Cup venue. Pro tip, buy before June. Venue cities, Miami, Los Angeles, New York, Dallas, tend to see regional stock of licensed merchandise. If you're near a host city, don't wait until the week of the match. Alright? Before I let you go, let me deliver on that final promise. The membership math. Sam's Club just raised, or is raising, the membership price from $50 to $60. And a lot of people are asking, is it still worth it? Here's how to think about it. Sam's Club's own data and independent analyses of warehouse club savings consistently show that active members editorial estimate based on widely reported warehouse club savings analyses. At a $60 membership, that's still a 733% return on your membership fee if you shop consistently. But here's the honest version. If you shop Sam's Club fewer than twice a month, that math doesn't hold up as cleanly. The break-even threshold is roughly $600 in annual purchases, about $50 a month in spending. If you're below that, a pay-per-visit structure or a different membership model might actually serve you better. If you're above that, if Sam's Club is part of your regular weekly or bi-weekly routine, the $60 is still one of the better retail investments you can make. Especially if you're using the price tag decoder, the serial number verification system, the apparel authentication check, and the juice label test. Those 4 tools alone can save you well above $60 a year in avoided bad buys. Let me give you the recap. The 3 traps this month: the Members Mark Cooler, overpriced and underperforming; the Members Mark Skort, scratchy fabric at a false economy price; and the Canada Dry Summer Pack, legally misleading juice labeling when a better, cheaper option is sitting right next to it. The 4 insider tools to take with you every time you visit Sam's Club: the price tag code system, OAS and no letter; the serial number verification method for footwear and licensed apparel, the 3-point apparel quality check label, fabric, stitching, and the juice splash label flag. If you found something on today's list that you're grabbing, or if you're already a Sam's Club member and you've been burned by one of these traps before, drop a mat. I read every single one. And if you want the new Sam's Club list every month, because there is always a new one, hit subscribe. I'm in the store so you don't have to be. Finally, next week, I'm walking through Costco's May drop. And I found something in their new arrivals that directly competes with 3 items I showed you today. The price comparison between Sam's Club and Costco on those 3 items is not what you'd expect, and the winner actually switches depending on the item. You're going to want to see that. I'll see you there.